out a new book. Boris Johnson Unleashed. Yes, he is a leech, a blood-sucking critter. That's what he is. Well, he'll do whatever he can to, well, feather his own nest, make himself richer. He's richer now than he's ever been before. And there's been a lot, how to put it, a lot said about Boris Johnson just recently, especially after his interview with the ITV. And Laura Kunzenberg, she sent him off the press, the notes for the interview. And as such, the interview got cancelled. Also, Bev Rigby of Sky News was to interview Boris Johnson. But for her too, it got cancelled. For some other erroneous reason. But there's lots of being said about Boris Johnson that there is, which I'll share with you in a mo. Blimey. He is a critter, I must say. Now, so many people still buy in to the cult of Boris Johnson. They just can't see past the lies, the deceit, the way he behaved during the pandemic. I know Sue Gray, who was the Partygate investigator. Well, she's been getting a lot of criticism too. I can imagine some of it's been quite worrying, I would say. I wouldn't be surprised she's been getting death threats and God knows what else. Especially when it's been found out that she's going to earn so much money. Yeah. More than the Prime Minister. 176,000 a year. A lot of money. But that's really down to them. It doesn't bother me, to be honest. All I'm really interested in is, will they do a good job? But no, she resigned today, did Sue Gray. Well, Boris Johnson also said that he wasn't too happy. He's made a mistake, he did, choosing Sue Gray for the investigation. Well, if you're choosing someone to do the investigation, it doesn't sound very independent, although she was. But that's Boris Johnson for you. Now, he's got one hell of a past, that he has. Even his father, well, I can't be surprised really, his father apparently used to allegedly beat his mother up as she's passed away. Those kids know what went on in that household. They did. There's no way around it. And now we've got Boris Johnson's sister defending Boris Johnson like he's innocent. He's not innocent. No, the man's a crook. Oh, he did well, didn't he, with, Ukraine and that support, making sure they got the weapons and everything they needed. You could argue that one if you like. But Boris Johnson saw it as a way of, how to put it, dead-catting everybody. Don't look at that. Look at this. Look how good I am. I'm doing the, how to put it, the blue steel. He is. Well, carrying a bazooka. Running around some kind of military training base. Or pretending he's a pilot. You know how it is. He's always got to dress up for the occasion. Yeah. Although he didn't dress up very well. No, actually, when he hid in the freezer, he could have been a nice popsicle. That he could. Well, like I say, there's a lot of criticism of Boris Johnson and some people. Tim Shipman, for instance, he reckons that Boris Johnson isn't, how to put it, as outgoing and so much of a partier as he likes to try and make out. No. He's actually a loner, according to Tim Shipman. He doesn't like parties. So it's just another fake persona, if that is true. Well, okay. Tim Shipman, who's 49-year-old, is a former political editor of The Times. and he spoke at an event promoting his new book, No Way Out. Well, maybe that should be a book for Boris Johnson, so he can actually, maybe be tried for his crimes. Crimes? What crimes? The list is too long. It really is. I just remembered something. I haven't got up my I haven't got the chat up. That won't do. No, it won't. No. All right, I'm alive apparently. And have I got audio? Yes, I have audio. That was almost instant coming through on there. Hello, Simon Says 55. Oh, hello. Oh, Spanish. Number 3. Oh, there, buddy. How you doing? Evil Unleashed. Do you see what I've done there? Unleash. He is his blood-sucking leech, he is. Hello, Chris Murphy. Hope you're well, my friend. Hello, Marcus and all. Hello, Smack. Hello, everybody. Apparently Jesus can save you today. I am spreading love today and want to let you know that Jesus loves me. Yeah. Okay. I'm pleased for him. Number 3, the large gathering of 10,000 Partygate, £10,000 Partygate fines are yet to be imposed or even addressed. Our political system is near total shit. Yes. So what did they get? They got their 50 quid. Oh, my fire's hot now. Let's see if I can turn that down a bit. I've got the fire going. And I've got dogs wanting treats. There you go, girl. Get away from my tripod. And Sebastian. Where's Wally? Wally's over there. Oh, crikey. Probably won't find that, will he? Oh, he's got it. That's good. He's found it. That's not for you yet, girl. Who else we got here? Jesus can save you today. Oh, which bank does Jesus have? I'm deep in debt and I could use his help. I'm like, I don't have any debt, but I don't have any money. I'm always sort of like hand to mouth all the time, you know. It's kind of how it is these days. I've come to accept that. But we're quite fortunate in that at least we've got a roof over our heads, you know, and we've got a nice place to live and we grow our own food and that. So, you know, life's good, really. You've got to look on the positive side, didn't you? And, you always got to look on the positive side of Boris Johnson. He gives us the platform to be able to ridicule him. Him and his, flat-ironed hair. I don't know what's going on there. That royal scarecrow. But again, he always looks like that, doesn't he, you know? But to be fair, he's not the only one. David Lammy can't seem to carry a suit very well. He wears black trainers with his suit. That looked ridiculous. But there again, you know, them in it. I don't really care about that sort of thing. I think really, if you're going to have that kind of attire, you still need to do it well. You could argue, like for instance, Zelensky in his trademarked green military shirt, t-shirt and stuff. You know, that's his image now. So we accept that. But he doesn't wear it bad. You know, he just Boris Johnson looks like a sack of flipping spuds all the while, tied up in the middle. You might as well be wearing a sack. So, mad one. Oh, buddy, you haven't always got to be helping us out, my friend. But I do appreciate it, I really do. We've got number 3 here as well. We've got 2 spanners in the works. And Doc Davies. Hello, Doc Davies. Hope you're well. So there, buddy. Here, boy. On you go. You got. Just a second. Just got to help the dog up on the chair. Below me. What are you like? Up you come, buddy. Oh, you've done it anyway. Oh, Bennett. What is he like? I've got music in the background. I don't know if it's only it's very low. Shh! Don't demonetize me. Oh. What's wrong with the chat? I don't know what's wrong with the chat. Is something wrong with the chat? Have I got in... Let's put it in live chat. There you go. It's live chat now. I don't know. What's wrong with the chat? And Robert Janovic is a twisted nutter. Yes, he is. Oh, my God. People like you to vote for him. He's top dog regarding being the next flipping leader of the Tory party. All he would do... Can you hear it now? Just a little bit. A short stream. Yeah, very funny. Yeah, it's a vertical short stream. Yeah, short streams are better if you're not going to schedule, because YouTube pushes it out and not actually relies on notifications and stuff. Who do I see there? Who do I see? Acker's mad, hello my friend. What witchcraft is this? It looks like a TikTok video. Yeah, YouTube live in a vertical format. It's done in a different way. What happens is if you scroll up on the YouTube Shorts, and then the video pop up, and you get a chance whether or not to go into the live. So it gets basically people don't have much of a choice if they're in the Shorts feed. That gets plonked in front of them, and then they've got a choice whether or not they want to go in. It's easy to get more people watching the channel, but if I go do random shorts, random lives in a horizontal format, I find they don't get many people there. There again, some of the same with this, right, to be fair. Where's my phone? There we go. Right. Who's he? What's going on here? I don't want that. There we go. So yeah, a 49-year-old former political editor that spoke, editor of the Times, spoke at an event promoting his new book, blah 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 blah, and which it took place at Phyllis Court in Henley. That was literally today. And it says No Way Out is the last of Shipman's 4-book series, apparently, and it says key moments in his British political history. And the final instalment focuses on Boris Johnson's role in the Brexit saga. Yes, the Brexit. Oh, crikey. Brexit. It's ridiculous. It doesn't get worse. And then, I don't see any way out. I keep looking. There's no benefits to Brexit, is there? You know, but it's just, I keep looking. Boris Johnson did this. If it wasn't for Boris Johnson, we wouldn't have had Brexit. That wouldn't have happened. He had such a sway. It's that cult again, isn't it? The cult of Boris Johnson. So yes, the Brexit saga, and which many blame for dividing the nation. Everything went really, really shit. Well, actually, it went really shit once Tories got into power. But yeah, it went really, really, really shit once Brexit. Actually, the whole campaign for Brexit. The hate and all families divided and what have you, and fighting. You know, I fell out with my dad and what have you over Brexit. You know, don't get me wrong. When he died and what have you, I was there for him and I was doing stuff for him, make sure he's okay. But I had this. You know where I live, and you voted against me and my family, and I thought, for what? And there you are laying on your deathbed. So what did you do it? It just seems it felt very selfish. Hello, Joe, I hope you're well. But you know, that's kind of my lasting memory. So that I despise him for that as well. Do you know what I mean? Because I did positive memories, my old man, and that. But he's yeah, it was just one of the things. I suppose crazy old man. He really was. Anyway, so this geezer took 600 odd interviews with many government officials with over 3.5 million words of transcripts. And he's also interviewed the Prime Minister himself. Now, this book came ahead of Boris Johnson's Memoir, Unleashed, because it isn't actually out yet. That's, you can't believe this. You realise he's at the top of the flipping charts regarding book charts at the moment. The book isn't even out yet. It's all pre-orders. He's going to make a flipping killing on that blooming book. And it's basically just, from what I can make of it so far, is that it's just Boris Johnson proving to everybody that he's a complete and utter ass. I was going to say something else then, but I can't. No, not allowed. On YouTube, you see there's rules, apparently, rules. So, now, Shipman spoke about the Partygate controversy in the context of the pandemic. Boris Johnson hates parties. Shipman said. He hates being in a room with people he doesn't know or having to sort of perform in a private arena. So he's literally, it's Boris Johnson not being himself. It just means he's a fake. And yes, it's a performance act. He was acting. People bought it. Oh, yeah, now there's an album cover I recognise. Which one's that? I suppose. Oh, there's only one there you can see. Oh, Blondie's. Blondie's Parallel Lines. Quite. He occasionally drinks heavily. Might be when he got had to put it. The police turned up, what have you, because the neighbour made a complaint to the police because there's a lot of screaming and shouting when him and Princess Nutnuts was having an argument, and yeah. We never heard what happened there in the end, did we? But obviously nothing did. In the she didn't come out with any bruises. Yeah, I'm just thinking whether or not Boris Johnson follows his father's traits, if you know what I mean. And he's sort of quite of a low figure. He's not that bubbly kind of crazy geezer that everyone, the cult seems to love. It's not who he actually is. It sounds like he's a bit kind of, not to say timid, but he's insular. And as somebody who's a narcissist, I suppose that makes sense, really, because it's all about him, isn't it? In the front of other people, he always tries to portray himself as the big I am. And he works his image, and his image is that scruffy kind of dragged for a hedge backwards kind of look, isn't it? That's what everybody knows about him, I suppose, or can their visual impression of him. So, commenting on the politician's private life, which has been the subject of much coverage as his government policies, Shipman said that the perceived chaos of Johnson's personal relationship is down to his lack of confidence. Would you ever thought that Boris Johnson lack of confidence? It's not Harold Shipman, so you know. The reason he has all these affairs is because he craves female company. It's because he feels stronger. Rise above it, or maybe he sees women as being weak. I see it the opposite personally. I'm more intimidated by women. But I actually like strong women. I do. I do actually admire strong women. Oh, crikey. My missus, I just realised she's timid. Anyway, so, because they kind of want... Oh, hang on. The reason he has all the affairs is because he craves female company. And he said concerning the allegations Johnson has been unfaithful to his partners because he kind of want to change... Oh, because they kind of want to change him or massage him more. I bet, yeah, all right, lovely. Crikey, you can take that the wrong way, can't you? There's kind of a mother-lover complex with Boris. So, who'd really want to mother him? I bet he smells as well. Ugh, sweaty bits on his sweaty bits. You can just imagine it, can't you? We've seen the sweaty nipples through the t-shirt. That we have. It's man boobs. Yeah, it's his moobs. It's always a sort of process of a one-upmanship. He does it all the time. Now, he's doing it in this, trying to do it in this interview with Bradley on ITV. It's the only interview he's kind of had so far, it seems. And he was very arrogant, trying to control the room. To be fair to Bradley, he wouldn't have any of it. And but the more Bradley tried to control them, the more obnoxious Boris Johnson was becoming. And he's just literally just obnoxious. He's an awful, as I say, human being, but he isn't, is he? So let's just check the chat again. Johnson has been a rich and non-working person all his life. Yeah, put through flipping Eton College, what have you, and just had money thrown at him. From what I can make out, the only decent one out of him is actually his brother. But he said that the decency to step down because he didn't agree with his brother while he was Prime Minister. You know? And his father, oh my God. What was her name? Karen or Carol? Was it Carol? When Boris Johnson's father slapped her on the bottom during a by-election, I think it was. And, or an election, I think it was by-election. And Boris Johnson, Stanley Johnson, slapped her on the bottom. Karen, or was it Carol? Carol? Oh, crikey, Anyway. And so, oh, you got a nice seat there, you know. Yeah. Foul people. And he was voted in to become the Prime Minister. And people still saying how great he was. And I was listening earlier on the radio. Nishka, I think her name is, on LBC Radio. I don't often listen to it these days, to be honest, but anyway, put it on because you're sitting there. And people phoning in, and they couldn't see any wrong. Oh, well, everyone else is doing that kind of attitude. And then, what about you? What about Currygate? Everyone party go, what about Currygate? Well, to be fair to Keir Starmer, he said that if he's found guilty, he would resign, and he was found not guilty. And Keir Starmer's getting a lot of criticism. I'll criticise Keir Starmer over Brexit, yeah, but a lot of this stuff that he's been criticised for is just there's just no comparison, and that does annoy me. You know, is it because people expect him to be, and the Labour Party to be more honest, and it's kind of like, you just don't know all the rest you are. I was going through last night when I Boris Johnson's register of interests and what have you, and my God, the amount of money that's been thrown at that man is unbelievable. One donation, just a donation, was £1 million to Boris Johnson. And then he got all the other stuff, like $2.5 million he got paid in New York for a speaking part. Yeah, for speaking. It's unbelievable, but that was all in the register of interests, along with everything else, and maybe a whole load of stuff that isn't in there. But the list is pretty comprehensive, I must say. There's a lot of stuff in that list, and just for 1 year, that's 2023. So they were both regarded as fickle. Oh, crikey, where am I? I've jumped. They're commenting on the frequent comparisons drawn between Boris Johnson and Churchill. Obviously, Boris Johnson would love that comparison. Shipman said that although there are similarities between the two, Johnson had ultimately failed to fill Churchill's shoes. Yes. And well, there again, Churchill also managed to kill 15 million people. So I suppose there's that to it. And obviously Boris Johnson managed to kill quite a few as well. Bodies piled high, as Johnson would put it. Let the bodies pile high, he said, didn't he? Well, 15 million Indian people starved to death, basically. Churchill knew what he was doing. But there you go, I suppose that was war. But they're supposed to be our allies. Well, not quite an ally, really, was it? That's kind of forced upon him. Now, he explained, they were both regarded as fickle, self-centred figures, glory hunters, people who prepared to change the sides at a drop of a hat for their own purposes. And he explained, but when tested and in the moment of maximum kind of a crisis, Churchill came through. And ultimately, Johnson kind of didn't. So Boris Johnson isn't, according to Tim Shipman, isn't the person that he likes everyone to believe that he is. And quite frankly, I know what I think he is. I can't say that on here. It's a disgraceful creature. Awful man. Right, what's in the chat? I think I should have put this fire on because I'm actually getting a little bit toasty here. But I don't want to go out because it will get cold there in a minute. But I'm wondering why I put it on. There you go. Keep it there. Blimey. I'm sitting right next to this fire back there and it's like, whew. So anyway, I thought I'd just read something to you. This is a little bit from our history. We passed a law which forced most of the country to wear little bobber hats on Sundays. It's a long while ago this was, I'll tell you. 1500 odd, I believe. I've read it already, but it's only short, don't worry. We've done a lot of weird shit. And this is by, James Felton. We've done a lot of weird shit to the poor in our time, but forcing them to wear hats that they don't want to wear is up there with taxing them for growing beards. Which is also rumoured that we did. In 1571, the English Monmouth hat was going out of fashion. And after enjoying a long era of being England's favourite woolen knitted headwear, I need to get myself one. I haven't got one of those, no. All of a sudden, it was 1562. Nobody wanted to wear them anymore. No. The hats that had once been a favourite of lords and earls were now the 16th century equivalent of Crocs. So what could be done about the decline of a hat that nobody wanted? Now, I think Sebastian wants to go outside. I will let you out in a minute, my friend. Anyway, so what could be done about the decline of the hat that nobody wanted to wear? Now, if you're kind of the person who thinks the answer is, I guess, let the hat die out, then you have failed to understand the lengths that the monarchy will protect garments over the rights of the poor. Blimey. The king is going to make us all wear kilts, maybe, on Sunday, maybe. So, Queen Elizabeth I decided to force people to wear them by law. Nothing keeps an item in fashion like Parliament decree to wear it against your will, along with a codpiece. The generous as she was, she only forced this upon people who didn't have any money. In an act of Parliament, she stated that everyone except for maids, ladies, gentlewomen, noble personages, and every lord, knight, and gentleman of 20 marks land should have to wear on Sundays a cap of wool knit, thick and dressed in England, made within this realm, and only dressed and finished by some of the trade of cappers, upon pain to forfeit for every day of pain to forfeit for every day of not wearing the 3 shillings 4 pence. Since they were already poor, this could mean prison for non-payment. For not wearing that. Essentially, in the 16th century, we had the literal fashion police, except they were forcing the poor to look shit on a Sunday and making them poorer if they didn't comply. It's like if today's government decided that anyone under a certain bank balance should go out and buy some arseless chaps. Okay, Belvedere. And start wearing them between 5 and 7 p.m. on pain of a fine. And maybe something else. A plug or two. Anyway, the law kept the hat industry going for some years, although you would hope at least some hat makers felt it sucked the fun out of their job, knowing that people only bought them because otherwise they might get thrown in the slammer with the pedos. It was repealed 20 years later. That went for 20 blooming years. Got to wear a flipping woolen hat. That's wool, so that's okay. And not because it was a batshit idea to force people to wear hats on Sundays, even during summer, but because they realised that enforcing people to wear a hat they didn't want to wear in their own homes was next to impossible. Who knew, eh? Who knew about the woolen hat? Now, Sebastian, did you want to go and have a wee? You do? Oh, just a second. That's my dog, by the way, if you wonder who I'm talking to. Do you want a wee? Come on. There you go. Go and do what you got to do. He'll be barking at the door in a minute. Oh, come in now. That's what he does. That's what Sebastians do, you know. That really is. So, back to Boris Johnson. Oh, he's such a lovely geezer. And Billy Kershaw, even all. Hi, Caroline. She's gone to bed, lazy mare. Like she is. Hello, Joe Lefty. Even AllShorts. You've got a term now. The AllShorts. Oh, dear. Nice one, thank you. Oh, where are we? Oh, yeah, there we go. So Larry the cat. Oh, go left. Oh, I lefty. Hello, Terry Dixon. Boris Johnson is a pagan thing, so blame the one angry pagan. Boris Johnson, what's that all about? Like whacking these sticks about and these tassels on the legs and dancing around like a mad idiot. Then you got the flipping maypole thing. What's that? What's that about? Yes, pole dancing. I don't want that bit, but the other one, you know, with the string, the ribbons and stuff. And you got to make pretty patterns line the pole. Oh, it does get me. It does. We used to have the Morris dance on White Lion Street, outside where I used to work. When I used to work in Chagos in Norwich, which was photographers years and years and years ago. And the Morris dance always used to dance outside Chagos in Norwich on White Lion Street. And oh my God, they were so noisy. And you couldn't get out the flipping door. And Andrew Coe he was the owner, arrogant old sod he was. And Andrew Coe used to go out there shouting at them. Because people couldn't get in, you see, couldn't get into the shop properly. They had to get past these Morris dancers first. People would come and bring their films to be processed, or they're coming to get the kids photographed or whatever. So yeah, that was a crikey. Or book a wedding photographer. Could be either. What's the question on every Tory man's mind on his first date? How much? Yeah, I think there's something to be said about that. Yeah, but there again, saying that, they don't just get, free porn, like tractor porn, or impose themselves on other people, because it'll be funny, they have got a reputation for it, haven't they? Some of them have been locked up for it too. Lovely. Oh, crikey. No, Sebastian wants to come in now. It's about right, isn't it? Come on, boy. In you come. I think I'm going to let this fire go out. It's flipping hot in here. I thought it was going to be cold. It's not cold even at all. No. So, yeah, Boris Johnson is not as much of a party goer as he tries to make out that he is. No. Well, there's another article here about Boris Johnson. Boris Johnson's Unleashed. A memoir that's twisted, sour and full of yet more lies. According to Sean O'Grady of The Independent. Oh, lefty papers. Oh, terrible. All the same, you lefties, yeah. You're too woke. Blimey. Oh, you've only got to ask them what's woke mean, and they ain't got a flipping clue. Come on, some old crap. They ought to. There he was yesterday, flipping. Oh my God, Elon Musk. There he was with Donald Trump jumping around, showing his navel. His belly was popping out. It was a sight to behold. It was. I'm sure he's lost his mind, Elon Musk. I know he's always been a little bit, a bit out there, but he's just. I know he's always been a right winger, but it's like he's just literally just flipped. Something's switched off in his head. He's just lost it. Hello, Mark's biggest fan, and no one except landowners used to be able to vote, and that's how the Act of Union was signed. English landlords given lands in Scotland. Yes, swines. Stole it from you. I think the only way for you guys, you need to get your independence as soon as possible. Scotland needs its independence. I think us English should do what we can to help them. I really do. Because we're screwed. Westminster has screwed them over big time. And spoke a load of flipping lies. And I thought when the Labour Party got in, it was going to get better. But now it was just more of the same shit. More of the, you're spending your money wrong. Yes. Mishandling your funds, said Rachel Reeves. Who the hell does she think she is? Flipping hell. What's going on at the moment? So stopped flipping winter fuel payment, and it looks like it's going to go through anyway. People who think they're not going to get the winter fuel payment this year is possibly still going to get it. Because Scotland has taken them to court over it, or something like that. I haven't read the full detail of it yet. But it looks like it's they've left it too late to do it. And something to do with equality and what have you regarding people forward and stuff like that, and equality and how unfair it is. So people might still get their winter fuel payment this year. I'd wear one, says Riving with G. Riving or Riving with G? I'd wear a hat. So I've got a wooden hat. It's like a little bobble hat though, apparently. So Larry the Cat says, reminds me of a policy that Jello Biafra wanted if he got elected as mayor of San Francisco. All rich people should be forced to wear flowery shirts. And if you got caught without your flowery shirt on, you'll be punished by the pain of death or something like that. Oh, dear me. What else I missed up here? Andrea Gallio. What's going on there? Andrea. Oh, Andrea Gallo, sorry. What has been discussed in this live? We're discussing about Boris Johnson and other crazy shit that's going on. And his book. Well, I ain't got to read it yet. And I'm not going to buy it. I'm not going to do anything, if I can help it, that is going to make Boris Johnson richer. Not going to do it. No. Definitely not. Why would I do that? No. And besides, I don't know if I'd better get through it. I think I'd be in such outrage. Man's just twat. I think I'd rather see the extracts so I can criticise them. It's not difficult, is it, really? So, yeah. He's now screaming, behave! Behave! Please don't use caps letters as it may seem as shouting. Yes. And also, you're less likely to get noticed. Actually, we had a gentleman on here that he got a bit arrogant in the end, who, I can't remember what his name was now. He's constantly leaving. He always wrote in caps, but I think he's dyslexic, so it'd be fair to him. But he's not here anymore. I think he started getting really funny, so I think I hid him. Vive le Brexit! Oh, okay, says Domfzik. La France to the Europeans. Okay. All holidays, yeah. Okay. In England and Great Britain. Quit the Union, yeah. It reminds me of the Laughing Man, yeah. The Spanish Laughing Man, he'd be laughing about this, wouldn't he? If you're still alive, that is. Oh, Brexit. the more I look at it, the further it looks that we are to actually joining again. It's going to be a long time. It's not possible at the moment. Not with this attitude. All these red lines. There we come. 9:37. Oh, I'm way behind. There we go. There we come. Scotland just changed its name to Chagos Islands. Flipping hell. Now, what? All that fake outrage regarding Keir Starmer and the Chagos Islands. He wasn't even the one who negotiated it. They wasn't the ones who negotiated at all. Biden apparently was the one who wanted to get pushed through because he knew it was happening and he didn't want it to happen while Donald Trump was president, if he is. There's a risk, isn't there? You know, there's a leather pegging at the moment. And so because obviously you want to make sure that the base is secure. And it's 99 years or something. So anyway, it's it was James Cleverly, and also the wife of fake Lord Frost. I can't remember her name, but anyway, she also wanted negotiations. Yeah, she's in the Blob, apparently. She's in the Blob. So go on about the Blob, his wife was in it. All right, Blob, nice to see you home. Not safe and sound, Blob. Have you put the chicken in the oven, Blob? I was going to say something else then, but I bet not. Brown cliffs of Dover, yes. Brown stripe of the Tories, that rhymes. But there's still lots of poo in the rivers and seas. That there is. It's everywhere, unfortunately. For those who want to go paddling. You can't go paddling without gurgling on a turd. So I've been told. You won't catch me out there anymore. No. Anyway, our lakes are sparkling, they are. If you can get past all the blue-green algae, they're absolutely sparkling. So, in a shameless and predictable 772-page account of events, the former Prime Minister forgoes the truth to paint a preposterous picture of himself as a man of destiny. Too good for his own good. Yes, he's wonderful, Kipper. Lacking the benefit of Boris Johnson's fine classical education, which is shown off liberally once again in his unreliable Memoir, Unleashed. I'm unable to quote with any sense of confidence whatever I'll say that. Anyway, it might be in Latin. So we'll have to stick to English instead. Yes, no Latin, please. No. Not Boris Johnson. No. Or Jacob Rees-Mogg. Crazy. Actually, to be fair, Latin names in the plant world is okay. I don't mind that because, it's like universal language. So we'll have to stick to English instead and suggest that this book should best be subtitled, Not Me, Gov. It wasn't me, no. It wasn't me. It was him over there. As it was. No opportunity to deflect blame is passed up. No scapegoat permitted to escape the tether. And no inconvenient truths intrude on what has been portrayed by his old comrade, Nadine Dorries. Oh, blimey. She's as bad. She's like the British version of Marjorie Taylor Swift. No, Taylor Greene. Well, apparently, they're controlling the weather. And you know what? They haven't been able to get rid of that conspiracy theory flying around everywhere in the United States at the moment. They're crackers. I'm sorry, but they're crackers. They must be. To believe all this Trump coming out of these people's mouths. Or at least half of them are. They can control the weather, she said. For God's sake. And it's not just the pets. No, not just the cats and the dogs. No, they're eating the babies. Yeah, so they reckon. The babies are eating. Flipping bonkers, the lot of them. Well, at least 50% of them. Oh, dear me. I hope you're the other 50%. Blimey. Oh, so no inconvenient truths. Yeah, okay, Nadine dies. Oh, yeah, okay. So, no inconvenient truths intrude on what has been portrayed by his old comrade Nadine Dorries as a tragic fall from grace of Shakespearean proportions. And this text, as he has done throughout his career, Alexander Boris the Faithful Johnson continually compares himself to Julius Caesar. Caesar stuffed a knife in his back. Yes. Pericles and syphilitus. I can't say that. Syphilis. That'll do. Among others of his fall from power. So of his fall from power and his administration collapsing beneath him, he says that when he read his Chancellor, Richie Sunak's resignation letter with its leading prose, a letter that, for Johnson, signalled the end, I murmured, at least internally, K. Soon Techman. If Caesar had 23 stab wounds, I ended up with 62, he said. In the sense that the grand total of 60 ministers decided to follow Sajid Javid. Oh, he said Saj. And then the Health Secretary, the Health Sajid Javid, who, well, was it? He got, oh, crikey. So he resigned, didn't he? Because his, was his secretary not right wing enough or something? Something like that, I don't know, some crazy shit. And then Richie Sunak was out the door. Tragic. No, that's just not. That's the only decent thing they'd done. But not Richie Sunak, because we know why he did it. But Sajid Javid, maybe that's the only decent thing he's done. So in reality, as we all surely realise, he is more like the kind of genteel, fake, or faux, aristocrat. Con the Merchant. Faux aristocrat Con Merchant. That might appear in something by Dickens, Charles Dickens, Wild or Rattigan. At best, he comes across as an amusing rogue. Now, I always thought he'd been a bit of a likeable rogue until you really understand it. Well, once you read about his past, the problem with these people who still suck up to him, the cult of Boris Johnson, is they don't care about all that stuff he's done in the past. His racism, his homophobia, xenophobia, etc. Islamophobia, every phobia in the book has been Boris Johnson's. So as they say, say what you like about Boris, but character his fans still adore at worst. Which is all too often, he is a man who prefers not to face up to the damage Brexit has done to the country. The loss of income to the GDP is astounding. It's catastrophic. It really is. How the hell are we supposed to actually come out of this with our heads held high? We can't trade as we did before with our closest trading partner. I keep repeating that, obviously, because it's fact. And we've got no trade deal with the United States. We're never going to get one in the United States because they don't want a trade deal. It's not good for them. They don't want it. Their manufacturing sector in the United States has increased as Biden's been in. Anyway, so the lives needlessly lost by his catastrophic dithering over COVID. He can make his mind up, couldn't he? One minute he said, no, it's going to be herd immunity. Even his health advisors were saying that. Herd immunity. How many people would have died if we did that? Now, obviously, I didn't like it. No one likes it. But socially distancing, if you want to stop anything from spreading, you don't socialise the virus. It's a stupid thing to do. It's obvious. Anyway, the fact that he was fined for breaking the law and lied repeatedly to Parliament. There was no parties. Oh, actually, I felt very sorry that we had a party in the end. And then now he's saying he's not sorry, and he regrets saying that he's sorry about Partygate. That's Boris Johnson. So Unleashed, his new book, or should I say Unleash, is shameless, sour, predictable, self-exculpatory. Use little words, please. But just say shit. Anyway, now, of course, the primary purpose of any prime ministerial chronicle is to protect the reputation of the author or to rehabilitate it. In the case of most of them, sometimes the choice is made to get your version out there earlier. Which is what Winston Churchill did when he rushed out his monumental 6-volume history of the Second World War, with the first volume published in 1948 and the final arriving in 1953. So you seed your lies and your mistruths before anyone else gets a chance to put theirs out there and undermine you. So Churchill declared that history would be kind to him because he intended to write it. His concerns were unfounded, but his successor has had good cause to worry about how he would go down in history, Boris Johnson is, and he still has. His book is an almost unbelievable, tedious rehash of his already well-rehearsed case, that despite all evidence and collective memory, have you forgot yet? To the contrary, he did nothing wrong. It weren't me, Gov. And even if he did, Prince Andrew style, yes. She didn't sit on my knee, no. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Not on my knee. Yeah, you know how it goes. Yeah, flippin' nonce. Oh, crikey, and the rest of them. Including flippin' Donald Trump and all that. All partying with... Oh, crikey. He was... only ever guilty of being, if anything, too honourable. Boris Johnson's honourable. Too trusting. He didn't trust anybody. He shat on them as soon as he put them in a position and got rid of them. Unless he liked them, unless they're sucking up to him. A bit like Donald Trump again, you know? If anything, too honourable, too trusting, too kindly and indulgent to the likes of Owen Paterson. Oh, my giddy aunt. Oh, crikey. Oh, all that lobbying and all that money he got. Owen Paterson tried to take the government to court by going to the ECHR after he said that the ECHR should be sideswiped, should be got rid of. You know, we shouldn't be in it. After he said that, not before, after. No case to see here, they said. So, Johnson does write, was it a plot? You bet it was a plot, in the sense that a lot of them were at it for ages. Some of them from the very moment I took over. Was the plot enough on its own to bring me down? Well, I don't think you should underestimate the number of goofs I made. I made too many duff appointments, many of which turned out to be homicidal maniacs. I badly mishandled our response to some of the crises. You don't say. You'd never imagined the big dog had spent much of his journalistic and political career joyfully shafting anyone who got in his way. Yeah, like, for instance, I know David Cameron, Theresa May, yeah, and her deal. And then also broken Parliament and lying to the Queen, or sending Jake Rees-Mogg to do it. So the admission of goofs is about as near as Johnson gets to self-discovery. But it turns out that the mishandling he admits to was all about presentation, apparently. Not making the argument well enough, failing to persuade his panicky bovine MPs that he was right. that he would have won the general election in 23 or the recent one in 2024, about 3 months ago now, and despite everything. I think, personally, the Tory party would have done a little bit better, but for all the wrong reasons, because he is a cult. And he's got his cult following. He's also an arsewipe. Well, anyway, the problem with Michael Gove, Sunak, Sue Gray, Dominic Cummings and the others, therefore, according to Johnson, was simply that they couldn't understand why he had to support his man of destiny. Too good for his own good. Too good for his own good. Well, they said it twice. Anyway, he was an innocent taken in by their inexplicable subterfuge and betrayals. He doesn't accept anything, does he? He's a foul, foul creature, is Boris Johnson. Oh, blimey. And Dominic Cummings. He pretty much begged Dominic Cummings to come and work for him. Crazy. This is very much the twisted conspiratorial version of recent history. Road-tested by Nadine Dorries. The echoes are unmistakable. And it is almost as ludicrous as the equally unconvincing exercise in parallel history currently being propagated by Liz Truss. Oh my God, there's another one. She's spending a huge amount of time in the United States at the moment, and she's been paid a lot of money as well. And she's blaming everybody but herself for what went on. She got beaten by a blooming lettuce. A lettuce. But she did. Was it Daily Sport that did that? Webcam the lettuce. And it beat her. It did. It was an iceberg lettuce. They do last a bit longer. Oh, dear me. So Liz Truss, nasty and brutey, spelling power passes without comment, which is perhaps just as well given that Johnson encouraged his followers to vote for her in the first 2022 leadership contest. Now, that's 772 pages, this book. It's a big book of his waffle. And it wasn't me, Gav. It wasn't me. Oh, have a look at the flipping chat. Crikey. That man, he's insufferable. He really is. Taken water monster to court as it's a determination to people. Yep, taken water. A waster monster, yes. Oh, crikey. It's very tiny. I'll tell you what, I'm going to make it bigger. That makes a lot of sense. Let's make it bigger. I might be able to read it then. And that's gone in the wrong place. There we go. That's right. That's loads better. Why didn't I do that before? Oh, Johnson does like his Dickens. Does like his Dickens. Oh my God, Dickens. Dickens. Charles Dickens. Dick in many women. Oh dear. Oh, so now you should know not to be so naughty in your chat. Use less profanities or code so AllShorts doesn't get a strike for wayward chat. Please don't get me a strike. I've had too many strikes. I had so many last year. I had 4, was it? 4 strikes? For being a very naughty boy. Oh, I did put, Kofi. Police Kofi in a fat suit. I think they thought she was actually, that was a naked person, but no, it's a fat suit. But yeah, I got a strike for that, yeah. I also got a strike for doing a video of Theresa Kofi running to the toilet. Got a strike for that. I think I must be getting reported by Theresa Kofi. She blocked me, she did. On Twitter, Theresa Kofi. Badge of honour, it is a badge of honour. I only met a handful of happy marriages, and the rest, well, occasionally, me and my missus, me and Callum, we're pretty happy, we're all right. We have our moments, as I think all relationships do, don't they? But we understand each other. Yeah, she knows her place. No, I'm joking. I think it was Caroline. She's so well, she's a good person for a start. She is a good person, and she's so laid back. And I'm always taking the piss all the while, you know, and trying to have a laugh all the while. And she gives me as good as she gets. So there you go. Billy Kay vampires are real, but it's not blood that crave, it's money. And it's called capitalist. Blimey. Pericles died of the plague. Caesar stabbed to death. And what is Boris Johnson, Alexander Boris Johnson talking about? Yes. He's just... Is he trying to pad out his book? To get as many pages as he could in his book? To put the price up? It's 30 quid, this book is. I think Amazon is still at half price at the moment. I'm not going to buy it, though. I don't want to give him any money. Yeah, maggot, traitor, gangrene. Crikey, she's a nutter. There we go. I'm right. Let's make sure I'm not... I'll be careful. I get carried away in the chat, you see. And then I forget everybody. Not literally forget everybody. There we go. Actors Mad. Need to go, peeps. See you later. Take care, Actors Mad. Hope you're well. Susan DeWitt. Good evening, all. Good evening, all. Hope you're well. Yeah, Koofy. That was a disaster. Oh, she did flip it out. It was, Liz Truss was Environment Minister, and she waved a little flag because she managed to save £15 million. Basically, she took money away from the Environment Agency. They're not the state of the flipping rivers. They ain't doing any tests. They got the money to do anything. And then we got Therese Coffey going around and standing in front of a sign saying, don't swim in the water because it's for the shit. And you've got to eat turnips, by the way. Yeah, you've got to eat food that's in season. To be fair to her, the French do a lot of that here. You know, especially the older generation. They eat a lot of what's in season. And also, like for instance, like tomatoes and stuff like that, they can a lot. We've canned a lot. We've done probably, I think that's Karen was saying, we've done about 40 litres so far of canned tomatoes. It's quite a lot of canned tomatoes. It's like 2.5 tins for one of our jars. There's a lot of tins in it. But you make all sorts of stuff with tomatoes, can't you? And Kofi blocked the toilet too. It's all those turnips. Big shape. Hi, Steve. Hope you're well. What's going on here? Oh, no. I keep going the wrong thing. It's not going up and down. Why isn't it going up and down? There we are. Why can't I go up and down? It's not letting me go up and down. Oh, it is now. Steve McGowan. Good evening. Kofi Erotica. Can you imagine that? Oh, my giddy aunt. Oh. Someone told, I don't know if it's true. Is she gay? I can't remember if she is or not. I think someone said she was gay. Chat if you wish. Do it in code. Yeah. Profanities in code, please. They were turning people away from her packed speech. Lucky escape. I bet Peppa Pig gets a mention or two. I won't be surprised. Peppa Pig. And the kipper. And the little ice pillows. That was the complete lie. Don't mind me coming. Don't mind me coming is my favourite. Oh, okay. Demonic scummings. Oh, cheers, buddy. Yeah, it's working. But you're the first. Cheers, buddy. Thank you. Sir No the Cat. Lack of space. Sorry, chaps. Oh, damn, I've done it already. And we come. Super chat not working. Mad Monk just did super chat. And it's come through on here. Let me come. There we go. Yep, they're working. Oh, cheers, number 3. And cheers, Mad Monk. I was working in the Wirral last week. Still amazes me that English people get caught off guard with their towns built on floodplains. It's a bit nutty, isn't it? Yeah, I was saying last night about Bangladesh. It's actually below sea level. You can imagine what's happening there when the sea levels rise. The only reason they're dry is because the tides. They never reach that far. When the town built on floodplains. Crikey. Makes you wonder if they can get insurance. Or even a mortgage, when you obviously they must do, I suppose, on places like that, at such high risk. No, I wouldn't want to buy something like that, it makes you on stilts. Hair farmers will go into a bar with flats of strawberries or bags of mint and sell them on the spot. The bar then offers strawberry. I do know what that happens here. Look, not necessarily machitos and what have you, but bartering and what have you, exchange of goods. Now we're quite good at growing certain things, or might have a good year at some things, or we might have a tree that has something on it, and we can exchange that for stuff that they're good at growing, or someone will help you out or something. You pay them in food. Actually, I have actually got somebody. Oh, that's a big fan. Oh, thank you, buddy. Oh, cheers, buddy. Thank you. I've got a chap who started me on my woodworking channel. Not this week, but probably next week, and he's going to be doing like 10 days and 10 days on, 10 days off internship. So he's currently at Paris, a college in Paris for ebidissery, so basically cabinet making. And he's going to be coming to, his name's Leo, and he's going to be coming to see us. So it's going to be poor bugger. I just got the contrat de stade, which basically is the contract and stuff I've got to sign in there and what have you. Yeah, cheers, buddy. Thank you. Super chats are working. When I was in my hometown, farmers sold the excess production in town. Yeah, it's if you've got an excess or something, a glut, well then it makes sense. And it's like, when we were even salads, we'd always go and see the local farmer and buy a sack of spuds. We had a large family, 6 kids, 8 of us. So it's just, we used to buy a sack of spuds and whatever, and they had baked potatoes every single day. No, they didn't. It was like, spam with this and spam with that. Potatoes with this, potatoes with that. There we come. The ugly pears are always the sweetest. That they are. Well. Right, so back to old Johnson, the toe rag that he is. So it's 772 pages, including the plates, notes, and index. This is a hefty volume, but also rather light in substance. It's not much more than a series of mostly entertaining anecdotes, reheated stories, gossip, and knockabout told in the typical style of a Johnson column. Yeah, I was just, yeah. He's going on about the Chagos Islands in his Daily Mail or whatever his column. Oh my God. It's just total dishonesty. He knows what's been going on. There's been about, what was it? They've been negotiating it for, what was it, last 2 years or something? For quite a long while. So, his natural métier, yes, his natural works. You can tell from the idiosyncratic tone that it is his authentic voice. Who else might call Greta Thunberg a wee-faced teenage Joan of Arc? Oh man. Would anyone other than Johnson childishly ridicule President Macron's hello accent on the trip to Chagos? Is that your Dirk? 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 Is that your Dirk? Dog! Is that your Dirk? Sounds a bit like flipping, your boy Dag. None of it would matter, and the truth can be found elsewhere. Except that Tory party will continue to struggle under the weight of Johnson's legacy for many years to come. Yeah, he's somebody was actually saying that day. I can't remember who it was, or some guest on LBC radio, and he was she was saying that it was something that Boris Johnson has caused so much, not just division in the party, but so much hatred of the party, and especially with Partygate. You got to remember that people were watching their family members die, and there was Boris Johnson partying. It's disgraceful. And then Matt Hancock, there's no love for him either, is there? What was it he said? He was going to put this protective bubble around people, the old people in the care homes and what have you. What did he do? Send them all back into the care homes. Well, they had COVID. What does that tell you? About the the man. Do you have a license for that, Minky? Yeah, I do. Yeah. Just send them over here. It's a burn. How do people find themselves still supporting him at this stage? But they do. Stories shared at blog, they do. He's got such a following still. And they hate Richie Sunak for shitting on Boris Johnson and Sajid Javid as well. There's no love for them whatsoever. Man of the people, apparently. Drunk and charged of the nation, says Billy Kershaw. Yes, he was half the time. I think I watched a little video by this American geezer, this black guy going on about people who vote for. There's a lot of profanity in it. You effing idiots and all this sort of stuff. Constantly, it was actually quite funny to watch it, but it was also true. The people who are voting for Donald Trump are clearly thick. Pretty much just what he's saying. They're stupid idiots. And also, so like for instance, like because the Republicans are some of this we're going to shoot our own people. We are, going to get rid of the woke. Like there's going to be some kind of coup of the people. Genocide, maybe, I don't know, of the woke. Anyway, this guy was pointing out the fact is, what we're going to do, where are you going to get your supplies from? We pretty much, the Democrats pretty much control all the coastal ports and all the, They just don't think, do they? Hello, Stephen Banger, I hope you're well. Even to you too. I think the people left behind for so long are easily swayed. That's actually a valid point, because not everyone follows the news, not everyone takes it all in, not everyone read the whole article, read the headline, the clickbaity headline. And Boris Johnson, when he was the mayor of London, even though he made so many flipping cock-ups, didn't he, and he was this likeable rogue. Doing all these pranks and doing all this stuff, saying things like, I don't know, I won't invite Donald Trump to London because I wouldn't put it on. I wouldn't want to inflict that on the Londoners. And then what does he do? He's swanning around with Donald Trump. He's just fake, isn't he? He's a fake. The story shared a blog. A lot of people said they voted for him because he made them laugh. Okay, but I actually like the idea of the politician that is a bit comical. I like that idea, but I also want him to be a sincere and honest person. And if he's trying to make people laugh in the sense of a comedy and there's a couple of lies in there, but then you come through at the end as some kind of, as I don't know, a strap line, whatever. I'd be all right with that. But no, the only reason why he's lying is to protect himself and get what he wants. Outright narcissist. It's about Boris Johnson. Mel Brooks for PM. Yes, Mel Brooks for Prime Minister. Maybe. Wow, Botox. Who's got Botox? I've got no Botox. Who wants Botox? What are you going about Botox? Someone injected their face again. Oh, Christ, why do people do that? Oh, my eldest daughter's been doing that. Having Botox in her lips and what have you. Or, Christ, it looks unnatural. It's not quite like a fish, but, Why? Don't get it. Germans never laugh. I've got German friends here in France. They have a hell of a laugh. They're funny. Apparently. Okay. I have informed Alastom of your new... Oh, Alastom, of a new spanner on the two Davies. And he agrees with it. Oh, two Davies. Scots. How close do you really think you're going to be to getting independent? I know you've got to keep working at it, but I just hope things were going to be better with Labour, but it ain't going to be the case. You need to fight it. Freedom for the Scottish people. Then maybe we could work on Norwich. Yeah, but Norwich will be next. We want our independence. My ancestor tried it in 1549. Kett's Rebellion. Because of boundaries, taxes. I talk about the hat and what have you in the 1500s. Anyway, that flipping Queenie, what's she do? She's sending the German mercenaries to flip and take back Norwich Castle. Or within the walls of Norwich City. Anyway, they got hold of him. They found him in the hollowed out oak tree. And hung, drawn and quartered, my ancestor. Yeah. And one of the last I have, apparently. Look up, Kett's Rebellion, 1549 it was. Yeah, we were a rebellious lot, we were. That we were. Actually, he was a cantankerous old fool, apparently. A bit of a tyrant himself, but he didn't like the fact that his paupers, his serfs, wouldn't be able to afford to pay the rent with all these extra taxes. So he told them to rip down all the boundaries. Rip down the fences. Then there's no boundaries. A bit like then when they started to brick up the windows when you had the light tax and stuff. So we got these old Georgian houses with half the windows bricked up. Do. Lee Corn, hello my friend, I hope you're well. Try to stop us from taking your wee haggis without your freedom. Did they ever replant Hadrian's tree, which was chopped down as a prank? They've actually managed to grow one from the tree. So I don't know if they've been cutting or whatever, or they found a seed, I don't know. But apparently they've managed to grow another one. I don't think they've replanted it or whatever. Someone planted a tree nearby, didn't they? Then they got cut down or something, or dug back up again because it wasn't allowed. This is a mad chat. It is. Haggis is nice. It's bad. I've never, ever had haggis. And now I live in France. My only chance of getting haggis here would be something like, tinned haggis, maybe. But yeah, I need to try haggis. I never had haggis. Apparently I'm missing something. I hope I like it if I do try it. The peasants went for the documents. Oh, quickly. In 1381, the peasants went for the documents, so no one knew who owned what rent. That's the way to do it. How do you do it these days? You kind of have some kind of virus or something. You have a firestorm. A fire sale. Oh, they have cuttings, do they? Ah, got you. Some trees you can't really do cuttings of very easily, so I'm lucky. Black pudding is my limit so far. I love black pudding. They have a lot of noir, black pudding sausage here in France. It's disgusting watching them actually make the stuff though. They have these. They do it at the fetes and what have you, and it's they have this like big iron cauldron thing, and they shove all the blood in it and boil it all up, and then they pour it into these sausagey things. Yeah, and boil them. Isn't it just oatmeal cooked in a bladder? Is there meat in haggis? In a bladder? It tastes a wee, wouldn't it? Oh, it's like oatmeal tripe. Oh, crikey. Oh, you need to taste haggis. It's really nice. I do. I'll try anything at least once. I don't eat poo, though. I don't do that, no. I never tried a person. No, I've never done that. It's got offal, I believe. Oh, no, it reminds me of the ondelettes. You know, the omelette, those horrible sausages things that you get here in France, Lee, you know? Oh, crikey. Have you ever had one of them? Have you had an omelette yet? It's like, it's full of loads of gristly bits and stuff. And when whatever you do, you mustn't cut it. Think you're going to I'll cook it a bit quicker, cut it in half. Don't do that because it's kind of like it explodes on you. It's just foul. You've got these little nasty bits in there. Oh, just the look of it's enough for me. Have I had horse yet? Yes, horse is actually sold in supermarkets here, and it's a bit like beef but really tender, really lean. Sorry, really lean. Nothing's tender unless you cook it right. It's really awful. It's got awful. Ooh. To me, it's all the bits you're not supposed to eat, like deer penis and scrotum and stuff like like they do in the jungle, like the Dean Dorries did. She likes a bit of that, doesn't she? Apparently, well, we saw her, didn't we? And and Matt Handlecock as well, him as well. They're both all at it. That they are, chewing on a bit of penis. That they do. Crikey. Ooh, chewy. What's that? Like eating that bit of liver or something. To be fair, actually, my dog Wally, he liked a bit of lamb scrote. That he did. Yes, wonderful lamb scrote. He loved that. When we used to have sheep here, you see, when the lambs were born, the boy lambs we had to do their knackers. Yeah, we had little tools like a pair of pliers that expand a rubber band. All right, make your eyes water in a minute. Expand the rubber band, and you got to make sure you get both balls in past the rubber band. Okay. And then what happens is eventually they drop off and you find them in the field, or at least Wally would. Yes, Wally would hunt down the ball sacks, constantly chewing them. Didn't swallow them because they're all dried up and old. Yeah, it's like that. Come in the house. It's like, what the hell do you get in your mouth, Wally? Oh my god, it's a scrotum. So I think to myself, I was going to make that into some kind of strange necklace or something, or maybe an earring. And I was going to put it up on the shelf out of the way. Before I knew, the following day, that bit gone missing, and Wally had it in his mouth again. And how did he get it off the shelf? Unless the wind blew it off or something, but it's quite heavy. It's got like a little hard thing. Furry. It's funny that animals don't have pubic hair. They just have fur on the balls. They don't have pubic hair. We took a real downturn there, haven't we? Anyway. What did I just say? FFS. Haggis is meat and oats and spices in a sausage skin. And it's really good. Is it a natural sausage skin, like stomach or something like that? Or is it, I suppose you get both, I suppose you get artificial as well, can't you? Lee Calls says, I'm vegetarian now, so no haggis or blood sausages for me. You don't know what you're missing out on, matey. To be fair, I've cut out the meat, because I'm alright with chicken, but red meat, it doesn't actually agree with me. Not at all, really. Oh, don't buy haggis from a store. You've got to buy it from a butcher. Is it overly processed otherwise, isn't it? I imagine. I'm going to have to try it. I know one of the people in the subscribers to the channel who lives in France. He's married to a French woman. And he buys, Scotsman, obviously. He buys haggis. And he buys it he quite often gets it in a tin. Is it any good? Is it actually still in the skin? Because you would need the skin, would you, if it was in a tin? Not so sweet bread, I guess, no. In Portugal, we use rice and the animal's innards with spices and call it bucho. And it's a treat. Is it nice? I've got to try some of this stuff. It's all very well saying, I don't like that. Oh, it's a bit, you feel a bit like, a bit childish, really, because at the end of the day, it's like, sort of things kids would say, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, no, that. Don't, you got to try it, You don't let you try it. My housemate sent some through the post. If it's tinned, I think you could probably still send that to France, I imagine. Maybe. Because it'd be sterile, wouldn't it? If it was in a tin. Let me come. Sounds a lot like Orlick's to me. You can get veggie haggis. Oh, crikey. Oh, sheep's stomach. I got you. Oh, I didn't know that. I guessed. I thought it might be. Oh my God, this conversation. So we'll get back on track in a second. Well, I'm sure there's something else about Boris Johnson we could talk about. Or is there something crazy I could read you in my book? 50 times Britain was a bell end. Or 52 times, sorry. Britain was a bell end. Plus one. Well, this sounds like Chagos. Oh my God! This was about Chagos Islands. I'm going to have to do this one. We stole an island from its rightful owners by pretending they didn't exist. Expelled them. What's the odds of that? It's literally about the Chagos Islands. Oh, dearie me. Oh, Susan DeWitt. I hope you're well, Susan. I want to send some homemade goodies out this year, but afraid they'll either be seized by customs or held up so long that they will form new life forms. Yeah, things take so long. Now, we've got kind of an arrangement going on with the family at the moment. It's not the same, is it? If you're receiving gifts from your family, because they put their own thought into it, but it's Caroline buys the gifts over here for our family members over here, and then for the family members in the UK, and then in the exchange, vice versa. So they haven't got to go across the channel. It does feel a bit shit. It really does. Because I've had, you've got to do either CN22 or the CN23 forms, and we've been caught out so many times now where we had to pay fees. And even if there wasn't a value, there's a minimum fee, which is like €12. And sometimes things are like worth that, It gets bad at hand at Christmas. So we don't do it anymore. We say, no, don't post anything, please. No. Especially if you can't fill the forms in properly, like a handmade gift or something, which quite often it is, and then we get charged for it. Oh, Lost Uniriser. Lost Uniriser. Hello, Lost Uniriser. Are they ghosts? I think they're like little blue ghosts. My Caroline pulled a load of wee potatoes out of the garden, and we've had them 4 days running. Oh, I tell you what, there's nothing like eating straight out of the garden. And we did that today. We had stir fry today. Peppers out of the garden. We had some little tiny potatoes out of the garden. Tomatoes obviously out of the garden. Some chilli out of the garden. What else do we have in there out of the garden? Oh, the courgette out of the garden. The prawns weren't out of the garden because they were on offer at the moment, so we had some prawns. And it was lovely. It was lush. It really was. And some noodles. They weren't out of the garden. We're not growing noodles, no. So yeah, that was really, really nice. That's actually not unusual thing to have on a Sunday, I suppose, but we enjoyed it. And the prawns are really good at the moment. They're huge, big old king prawn things. And what are they? They were €6 a kilo, which is silly cheap for hair because they can be quite expensive. Mark's the biggest fan. If I can, I'll send you some decent haggis. We'll message you later. Oh, please. I'd love to give it a go. Maybe I can do it live. I'll eat it live. That would be funny. If you say it's good, it might be uneventful, but you might convince me. Never had haggis. It's no good for the Caroline, because my missus, because she's vegetarian. She wouldn't touch it. She's very strict as well. She wouldn't eat things like Haribo. No, she won't Haribo. She's a lot of them vegetarian, but she always checks they've got gelatin and stuff like that. Ah, so sheep's stomach, not sausage skin, because they use intestines for sausage skins. Send the recipe. Cool. Did you say 30Q? I didn't forget about you this time, 30Q. Because I quite in my video today, I was pointing out that a lot of people give me some very informative comments. So I based the video on some comments I received recently regarding Brexit and single market money. Yeah. Who was it again? That was Joel, Vertigo, and son of a Viking. I hadn't seen him. He's been about. I haven't seen him about much. He's been about a bit recently. So son of a Viking needs to have his own channel. I don't know if he has now, but he needs his own channel because he's very, very knowledgeable as well. Joel, you need your own channel as well. And Vertigo. That's what we need. We need more people to have more channels. I know that dilute my channel somewhat, but we need more people, more channels, so we can pressure the government even more. It's power in numbers, isn't it? That's what we need. More channels. Number 3, I haven't had any notifications for your videos. I'll pop and have a look there, but I haven't actually had any notifications for your videos recently. So obviously I haven't seen any because it just comes up in my feed. Believe me, AllShorts haggis can be nice, but not all haggis are nice. Never doubt a nation that deep fries Mars bars, pizza, and heroin. Blimey. Hello, Super Tiny 808. I spent a weekend haggis hunting in the Highlands last year. What do you use, a crossbow or shotgun? Well, what's the best way of hunting haggis? Well, let's see. Chalk ices, get your chalk ices, no strawberries, donkey peed on them, so won't be back tomorrow. What? This is something we have to watch out with the dogs with our food. Because sometimes they might pee on our cabbages or something stupid like that. So we have to make sure we wash them well. You can train them to take public transport these days. It's a fresher delivery. The haggis. What? Oh dear. Can you import meat products from the UK to the EU? You can do it. But you've got phytosanitary, haven't you? And when you said it cost €230, I think it was. Per consignment. It sounds a bit costly for one haggis. I think you have to do it discreetly. Mark it as a handmade gift. Some people get stuff over, and what gets me also is there's a lot of older folk with their camper vans. And you see them on the forums on Facebook, and they're bragging about all the food stuff, especially the Brexit times. Obviously they are. All the food stuff they're managing to get in the EU, in the secret compartments, what have you. Like, I know, where the water tank is and stuff like that. under the seats and stuff. Getting rid of all their meat products and stuff because they want British this and what British bacon. Yeah, it was probably imported from Denmark or somewhere, you know. I'm a vegetarian soon because I really don't want to eat UK beef. It'll all be full of all sorts of crap. And a recent thing, they've done a study on black plastic, which is used underneath all these trays for meat products and stuff. And the recycled black plastic is being recycled with other plastics, and quite often they're recycled with PCB boards and stuff, which are containing fire retardants, and it's ending up in the black plastic, which then is going on to our food and then end up in the food. And also on kids' toys as well. There's a particular kids' toy, I can't remember which one it is now. But yeah, it's a bit of an issue. You know, it all sounds great, recycling, but yeah, at the end of the day, we should stop buying the stuff in the first place so we don't need to recycle it, because it all takes energy anyway. We didn't used to have all this stuff, did we? We didn't used to have all this packaging that we've got now. It's the supermarkets are why we got it. When you go to the shop, get your veggies and stuff, you go to the shop with a bag and buy your veggies. You know, you might get a brown paper bag or something like that from the grocery store or the veggie store. But we didn't have all this stuff. The amount of rubbish we used to have one bin, just a tin bin with one bag, and most people used to get away with that. And now we've got these giant wheelie bins with 200 odd litre wheelie bins. And complain because we can't get everything in it. Because we're creating so much waste. I don't think you'd even get Boris Johnson in one of them little bins. You've got to get the wheelie bins. You might squeeze in one, then go jam the lid down, put some screws in it, and chuck it in the river with some bricks. So I say out loud. Oh, that's what I was thinking. So, yeah, it's... my channel is nearly dead, like me. Oh, sorry, buddy. It's one of them things, you just got to keep pushing it and pushing it and pushing it. Because you also improve yourself as well, don't you? You know? And, I suppose depending on what you talk about. What if you talked about your problems and stuff that you have, you know? I think people might take that a bit more personal for some people, wouldn't it? It'd be quite nice to share, because a lot of people suffer. There's a guy on YouTube who basically lives on an island somewhere. No, not Graham Hughes. And he's got Parkinson's. And he doesn't know how much longer he's going to be able to be on this island. And he literally posts regular little, very, very short 15-second clips, videos. And he's got the shakes and what have you. But, you know, he's got a huge following, you know. And it's just... It's actually inspiring, if it makes sense. It's humbling. I think that's the word. It's humbling. What do you say? If he was minced up first, he'd fit in a wheelie bin. Could we just make him into soap? Could we just do that? Could we just boil them up and make soap out of Boris Johnson? We'd make hundreds of bars of soap out of him, wouldn't we? Yes, as a plan. As a plan, they call it a plan. I don't know, what is that? What's an e-bike? Oh, e-bikes! Sorry. A bike. Yeah, an e-bike channel. That'd be pretty cool. Oh, me and the missus might get an e-bike to use the car less. We'll get a little cargo bike. That's what we're saving up for at the moment. I hope we can get one for... Take care, Stevan. Bank, yeah, be good. Have a good week and that. Take care. Yeah, a little cargo bike and that, because half the time it's all we need. Don't tell me really use a car if I need to get materials or if I've got to pick people up from the airport. That's about the only time we really need a car. Most of the time, what would you wash with Boris soap? Your privates. God sakes. Oh dear, I didn't think of that. Maybe we can use it to break down the fatbergs. Yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll send it down the drain and squirt it on the fatbergs. Your channel is never dead until it has no views. And I've looked at your vlogs, and they're doing good. Yeah, the thing about it takes a long time. I've got channels I've been working on recently. I've been building up new channels. So I just need that backup, and I can't have all my everything in one basket. It doesn't work for me. So it got to spather soap. Would you use spather soap on your unmentionables? I'd use it on my ring, my burning ring of fire, maybe. I don't know. Oh dear. So I'm trying to build up other channels at the moment. Now I've got my Wally Bar channel's got 51,000 subscribers now, nearly 51,000 subscribers. I think it's a couple under short. So that's doing quite well. And I've got a video on there that's done over 10 million views. It's a ridiculous video. But anyway, it's sort of woodworking, but it's a woodworking channel. So that's doing okay. I've got another channel that just got monetized, sort of a tech channel that I need to rework. I haven't quite got my head around what I'm going to do with it yet. And I built a new room for it and that to record videos in and stuff. So I just, I've got to do that. I will do it. I'll get there. But just having that safety in numbers, I suppose. But doesn't mean I've got to make more videos. That's a good point, Mad Monk. Your channel's never dead until it has no viewers. And I got very close to that. It's doing a bit. This channel's doing a little bit better now. At the moment, that sure turned the blue eyes brown. That certainly would. I'd like to speed up comedy. You like to speed up comedy garden vids. I could do some of them. Good night, number 3. Take care, my friend. I woke up in a new Bugatti or Bugatti. I don't know what a Bugatti is. What's a Bugatti? What is a Bugatti? Or do you mean Bugatti? It would be very nice if it was a Bugatti. But I don't know what a Bugatti is. Nor does Google. Yeah, take care, number 3. Thanks a lot, buddy, for joining us today. Oh, I've just realised we've got 3 spanners in the work today. Scary, and most likely catch something off the Boris soap. You've got to sterilise it first, yeah. You've got to boil them up, you see. So anything nasty apart from the Boris is going to be gone, isn't it? What have you got left? You're getting down the soap, it gets smaller and smaller and smaller, and then there's this like noob, there's this big nipple hair on it, something just got through. Or maybe a tooth. Oh, crikey. Do you know who Free Gear Care is? Oh, crikey. Free Gear Care. Well, what about Free Gear Boris Johnson? Have you looked at his register of interest in 2023? Have you looked at it? Oh, my giddy aunt. That man was gifted so much stuff. This in 2023. One donation was £1 million. Let alone all the other blooming stuff he's had. I mean, there's like pages and pages of it. Just in 1 year. And there's loads of stuff we know about that he hasn't actually even put in the register. It's a fraud. So what does people? It's something I mentioned in the comments earlier. Oh, corruption is corrupt. It's not corruption. That's not what corruption is. It's not corruption that he told you that he actually didn't put it in. Didn't put the register of interest straight away, but he did it once he realised. Put everything else in there. All it was a flipping. It was only the dress. There's no way he didn't do it. He was trying to deceive people. Not over one dress. It's ridiculous. He should have acted faster, actually. He should have responded to the accusations much faster and try and nip it in the bud. It just feels a bit weak. Buy free. Oh, it's a car brand. Oh, you mean Bugatti? You look like you read lots of books, my friend. I do read lots of books. I also listen to a lot of music as well. Yeah, lots of books. I read loads of stuff, obviously online, and loads of industry papers, which can be mind-numbingly boring. But they're the ones with the information first-hand in. If you want to know anything before it ends up in, I don't know, any of the newspapers, the industry papers have it first. So Larry Cat says, AllShorts, you should ask Lee if you could do an interview with Adrian Chiles. That looks funny. Oh, dear. Nobody read books anymore. Hello, Wally. No, they don't. I do occasionally read books, maybe. I've got books here. Where's it gone? Is there a minute ago? Where's my book? Lost my book. Oh, no, it's there. Oh, I can read that in a second. Chagos Islands. I forgot, but they forgot. So anyway, we've got my Wally is just here. Can you see him? I'll put him here. Wally, here, boy. There you go. Yeah. Yeah, good boy, isn't he, eh? There you go. You had to fit last night when I was going live. That's very inconsiderate, Wally. Athletic fits. Anyway. The Chagos Islands, all right? 52 times plus one, Britain was a bell end. This was written by James Felton. I think he's done another one about the Sun newspaper as well. Anyway, when the British Empire was breaking up, we couldn't resist one last act of being a total a-hole, just for old time's sake. That opportunity came when it was time to give back Mauritius and grant it independence. America, however, had their eyes on Diego Garcia, a part of the Chagos Islands, which are about to fall under Mauritian sovereignty. They wanted it as a military base in order to monitor Soviet activity. Ergo, a sordid deal was struck with the British. In return for leasing the Chagos Islands, and Britain would get a major contribution to our Polaris submarine program, and one of those American hair ruffles we love so much. Though pressure on Mauritius, which they would later say amounted to forcing them to do ocean as ours, perfect for use as a military base. Let me let my dog out. Oh, crikey. What again? What again? Are you full of wee? Are you? Oh, crikey. Like Fort Knox. Right, open that door probably, no, no. Oh, there, dogs, eh? I was in mid-flow as well. I was mid-flow. Don't cross the streams. No. Anyway, unfortunately, there was a problem. In that the island actually was inhabited by around 1,800 people, in fact, many descendants of slaves. If the UN found out about them, they would need to be recognised as people whose democratic rights would have to be safeguarded. The UK had a solution, though. And brace yourself, because it's a effing doozy. This is the other word. But anyway, effing doozy. We would simply pretend to the world that they weren't really there at all. We reclassified the population, many of whom had been there for 5 generations, as temporary workers on the island, belonging elsewhere, and with no right to residence. Americans moved onto the island and began building a base right away. Whenever an islander received urgent medical treatment away from the island in Mauritius, they were not allowed back in. If someone else went to them to check their recently hospitalised, recently hospitalised and now exiled relative was okay. They too would find themselves unable to return home. And if you booked a holiday, you'd be sure as hell to hope you picked somewhere you'd like to live permanently, because, buddy, we were not letting you back in. And in the final act of intimidation, Sir Bruce, a great batch, governor of the Seychelles and a man in charge of sanitising the island, ordered all the dogs off of the island to be rounded up and gassed in front of their owners. Almost 1,000 pets were caught and put to death using the exhaust fumes from an American military vehicles on the island, which are crikey, this is horrendous. Oh, I hate being British or English. Sorry, Scots. Which wasn't very eco-friendly. He wants to come in now. Don't right, innit? Oh, Wally, what are you like? In you come then. Anyone else? No. Oh, they're dogs, eh? Dogs. What are they like? I'm back. Jack and Ori style. The interview, they call the interview nation, has been waiting for AllShorts and Adrian Childs. So anyway, the intimidation apparently worked. When someone starts gassing your dogs to death at the same time as pretending to the world that you do not live there at all and there are no records of you, you tend to get the message. Flippin' hell. At least you don't hang around to find out if it was just a mass dog death-based wacky misunderstanding. The remaining population, like a person at a dinner party who has just noticed the host has been yawning and glancing at their watch for the past hour and also nodding, pointing at a gun, and took the hint and left on ships providing... Oh, crikey, went off, did it? Left on ships provided by their hosts, and they were allowed only one suitcase each. After briefly stopping in the Seychelles, they were kept in a prison, and they were then transported to Mauritius, where they were unceremoniously told to get out. This is horrendous. The military base went on to be used as a place where the CIA detained people unlawfully, allegedly to torture them, probably waterboarding or something. You know, probably Donald Trump with waterboarding. He likes that, doesn't he, apparently, so I've heard. And we later took off from the base to bomb Iraq. To this day, we have only given minimal compensation to the families we booted out. And we have not given the island back. It's a bit like slavery, isn't it? We gave the slavers compensation, but not the slaves. It was only recently, it was like 2014 or 15, we managed to pay off the debt to the slavers. Crazy. So the military base went on to be used as a place where the CIA detained... Oh, done already. To this day, we have only given minimal compensation to the families. Done that already. Yeah, it's pretty disgraceful, isn't it? England has got such a reputation, hasn't it? Lost Wisdom says, Jack Black. A black site, yes. Let's go. Oh, what was I saying? What have I saying? The system of a donation and corruption in the UK is an endemic. Here it is a crime. Well, if it's a donation, if you're telling people, it's not really corruption, is it? It's within the rules anyway. So I ain't got a problem with donations. I'm not worried about that, as long as they're not expecting or anything in return, which clearly they must do. Favours, I imagine. Gifts, code for bribes. Yeah, there is that to it. But it's been going on. It's always been in the system, and it's been going on for donkey's years. You just have to change the rules. It's not necessarily aimed at. I think it depends on what the gifts are. If it's wads of money, they should never get money. But the fact that he paid, paid back for the tickets or something for the Taylor Swift gig, I think that was a bit ridiculous. Personally, I know they're expensive tickets, but this, end of the day, they are tickets to get to an event. I think that's a little bit different. Same in the USA, is it 30Q? I read books, 30Q. Easier to absorb information, but I am a speedy reader. You also appear to be a very speedy typer as well. Comments. Okay. Too busy reading comments to read books, says Bad Bug. I bet you are. And me too, crikey. It's like that last video, it's got quite a few comments on it. And also that one I did about Brexit the other day as well. It's endemic. It's quite hard to get through all, but you have to just scan through, and anything that catches your eye or you don't want on there, you have to deal with, don't you? Monkfish, I ain't at all. I like the kid-friendly stuff, says Billy Kershaw. I read books, 30Q. I used to absorb it. So I agree with you. I'm too busy reading comments to read books. I do like books, but I don't read them as much as I used to. I like more informative books. And I've got a set of books over here with my father's. They're Castle building books. They're ones he had in college when he years and years ago when he did his carpentry. And there's some quite interesting stuff in there. And a lot of the stuff is timeless, because I'm a bit of a traditional woodworker in many ways. I also like sort of trying to think outside the box as well, But it's quite nice to look at all the old stuff and sort of like practice old techniques. Because everyone seems to use machines these days, and it takes the soul out of it. Did you notice that one of his videos, he's almost naked running around his well? He has his leather overall on. You're talking about Monsieur Petroli? It wasn't me. No, I'll put it in my book. Oh, there we come. Wasn't Diego Garcia in Grateful Dead? I don't know, was he? Westminster will always protect its own. Like half the stuff they tell us that they're going to do, and they don't do it because they wait for it to calm down. Like the cocaine in Westminster, what have you, in Whitehall. And nothing happens. It's like the fact they had everything redacted in anything of any importance in the Russia report, just so they can say there was nothing in the Russia report. We didn't see anything in the Russia report. They say it's just so deceptive. It really is. Oh my God, have you, Mad Bunk? I've moderated 7 days this week on 4 different channels. Sorry, buddy. You got help today, though. You had help today. Joanne, number 3, have been there as well. Yeah, crikey, you're busy. You're busy. Do you moderate on your brother's channel? On your brother's? The sneaky live ones added 2 days. But it's like I said, I made that video about it because I was struggling with having this fixed time every week, which is about this sort of time every single week. And I was struggling with that because I just couldn't, with my fibromyalgia, some days I was really, my voice and stuff like that as well, I was losing my voice and constantly getting brain fog. So I said basically I'll just do it randomly. I know it's a bit crazy, and that's why I'm doing the vertical format. It's better to have vertical format if you do it randomly. Sometimes YouTube likes you, sometimes they don't. You know. I watched a video of a MAGA twat that paid £4,000 for a fake signed Taylor Swift guitar. That they smashed it up. I saw that video clip, and then he smashed it up. It's just, what's he trying to prove? That he's a prat? he's a MAGA. We already know he's a prat. He doesn't need to do that. What's that pause symbol? Oh, Max. Oh, is that on the middle there? Is it? Yeah, she's some sort of singer. A bit naff. Sort of teeny bopper type stuff, you know. It's just, she's very popular, but she seems like a nice enough person. In the end of the day, she isn't sporting Donald Trump, so she can't be all that bad, can she? But it's just not my cup of tea. No, I'd rather have a bit of Pink Floyd, you know. Quite frankly. Oh, Blondie. I hear, not heard any of her stuff. Don't bother. Don't bother. It's nothing to speak home about. No. Yes, AllShorts. I moderate on the two Davies as I'm a managerial mod on his channel. 7 live streams over 5 days. But as I say, I enjoy it for the banter. And we love you, Mad Monk. That we do. That we do. I love everybody on it, really. You know, platonically. Oh, dear. Is this 2 hours? I think we've done 2 hours so far. Yes, 2 hours and 1 minute and 42 seconds. 43 seconds, 45. Blimey. Political parties that receive donations are also corrupted in the same... well, I suppose they are, but that's how they get their money, isn't it, to do their campaigns. They were complaining because Labour got like 4 million or something in donations from various individuals. They get more. It's always a huge amount of money. They got 5 million quid, then another 5 million quid, then another 5 million quid from Frank Hester, the racist. There's just so much hypocrisy. What we need is a clear set of rules. There needs to be a maximum limit. That's what it needs to be. I'm quick at typing in English, Portuguese and German, but slower in French, Castilian and Italian, AllShorts. Blimey. I wish I was good at languages, I really do. I really struggle with French, let alone English. You know. Oh, Matron. God, Carry On. It's kind of what we're known for, is Carry On films and like British humour and all that, you know. All the positive stuff. I do feel a bit sad about, I feel that over moderation, like for instance, political correctness, and that is, I think it's caused a lot of damage. It's just giving fuel to those who just want, say, you know, freedom of speech, but for everything. Do you know what I mean? Oh my God, Brexit ones. I do 5 now. Crikey, Joel says. Regan Elite and AllShorts. Crikey, you're busy. You're busy, Joel, as well. Anyway, I think it's time for you to clog off, because I did say before I was going to do shorter streams. I think 2 hours is respectable. I think it's not too bad, is it? But I should really keep them a little bit shorter, really. And yeah, I think I should really, especially considering that I've got to think about the moderators, don't I, as well. Keep them up late at night. Especially last night, that was late, wasn't it? That was 2 o'clock for me. Crikey. So it's 1 o'clock for you guys in the UK. But the chat here is nice. You got a bit of banter, haven't you? It's like I mentioned in my previous video. I've got no problems with whatever your political sway or what have you in the chat, as long as people are nice, you know, as long as people are not the camera over. As long as people are decent and not arrogant, you know. We have a debate and what have you, get a bit heated, but you know, things like racism and phobias, you know, it's not acceptable. It's not acceptable anyway, is it? You know, so definitely don't want it here. I confess, I love all music, but oh my god, I'm a disco bunny. Night fever, night fever. Or stuff. Yeah, was it like that? Okay, no. Oh, there. Now I've got an eclectic taste as well. Now, I used to have a radio station in the UK. It was called Pulse Unsigned, and there's all unsigned music. Okay, bands used to send us music. There was times we got as many as 100 CDs, you know, demos to A&R every day. It's getting really busy, and we got tracks and that put on with little MP3 players, what have you, freebies with Oxfam and crikey, we had sales franchises in the United States. And that was the time when we had ISDN lines and not broadband. It wasn't available to us where we were. And we had twin ISDN lines, 128 kilobit to run the radio. And yeah, that was pretty flawless. And what we used to do is also we're on Sky Radio as well, on the ECG there. And it's we used to send the signal via the internet to Kingston Media in London, and they did it via uplink via to satellite, and then we could log into the satellite as well, you know, into the EPG which they were sending up. So that was they were interesting times, but it's kind of so expensive to do. So we had to get advertising and sponsorships to make it work. That was back in 2002, 2003, about that sort of time. About 2003. Oh dear. Music is like food. You either like it or not. I'm quite eclectic. I like a bit of classical. I like rock. I like metal. You know. I'm not too keen on panpipes. But I love Motown. Even Diana Ross and stuff. You know, quite, you know, not all of it. Some of it's very good, but some is a bit kind of bit cheesy. What am I looking at over there? Obviously, Rolling Stones, The Kiss, Green Slade. You know, just a bit of a mixed taste, you know, and a lot of the, like Jimi Hendrix, love Jimi Hendrix. Yeah, a bit of an eclectic mix, really. All genres. Oh, my guilty pleasure is burlesque. Oh, music it is. So you're not in the old suspenders and stuff. Or is it chaps for you? Is it crotchless chaps, maybe? Oh, crikey. Panpipes? No panpipes. No, thank you. We don't need stinking panpipes. No, just it would be panpipes. But I do like the. I like the Pogues. You know, it's quite a bit I like actually. I'm quite fond of Jet Black. Tenacious D. Oh no, Jet White. As a soloist, you know, his acoustic sets are very good. Very good. And he's a hell of a guitarist. Stevie Ray Vaughan, Blues at Sunrise. Yeah, depends what mood. I think it's actually what mood I'm in. Whatever mood I'm in, it's the kind of music I like. That's it. Plain and simple, I suppose. And if I'm feeling a bit down, I'll put something on a bit buzzy to get me going. You know. Joel says I like black, death, goth, grindcore, heavy metal. Actually, you've been posting some on your channel, on your YouTube, haven't you? Heavy metal, and I like classic music and experimental industrial electronic music. I also like some pagan music, says Joel. Cool. I do like classical music. I find it's good if I'm working. If I'm writing anything, I find it quite good. I find it quite soothing. It helps me think. And in fact, the class that my wife used to work in at school, the teachers used to play classical music while the kids are learning, while they've been taught in primary school. Which, you know, I don't know if it helps or not. She seems to think it did. How dare you? and your whips and stuff. Cat and nine tails. Oh, I know what you're about. Yeah, yeah, we know, Stefan Bankia. Hey, is your alter ego? Is it Belvedere? Oh, yeah, this is taking a dark turn. It is. And on that note, I'm going to say good night and have a lovely week. I might do a random live, sometime in the week, maybe tomorrow. Or I need to do some on my woodworking channel. And I've got to fix my car. Anyway, toodaloo, and thanks again. And thanks to the moderators. Really do appreciate it. And I do appreciate it. It's good. So anyway, toodaloo.